Hello everyone, Pierce Nation here. Welcome back to another news video that we have. Before we begin on the news, I'm going to go ahead and explain my trial today. So I have faced Brandon Despia all day today, and basically Blue Eyes overperformed, going 2-1 against Brandon. Altergeist overperformed, going 6-4 against the Brandon, and Morphia performed 2-1 against Brandon. So it went very, very well for all of my decks, and they're all able to be branded. I'm talking full package branded very easily under 2 masquerades. Very, very good. So without further ado, since I've had a great day today, we're going to do some Yu-Gi-Oh! News, and I'm going to explain the new cards if you haven't seen them already. I'm going to see if I can find them on here for you all. Get that one out of here, and we will go to YGO Pro, which is where I get all my news information and deliver it to all of you guys. If you don't know, this is where I go. We don't want that. We want this one, YGO Pro deck. So this is where I go for all of my information, in case if you're wondering. So let's go to articles. Get that out of here. And we're going to, let's see. Go news, and yes, they're on here. Great. This is the new archetype. So they are beast. So let's go ahead and scroll down, and we're going to get right into these guys. So this guy is Beasted Magmuto, I think is how you say that. And his effect reads, he's a level 6 Dark Dragon effect. You can use each of the first and second effects of this card once per turn, which are very good, especially for branded, because that's where these cards are going to be more than likely. They can be splashed in other decks, but I see great viability in branded, especially with the branded in high spirits. And it now has a viable place in the branded deck, and I think that these cards will help it dramatically. So the first effect, you can target one light or dark monster in either graveyard and banish it. And if you do, you're supposed to summon this card from your hand. This is a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. So keep that in mind. So basically with branded, you could banish Tragedy, get the effect of Tragedy, and then get Magmuto in the same chain. So very, very, very good there, obviously. The second effect, if this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect during the end phase of this turn. Add one dragon monster from deck or graveyard to your hand, except Magmuto. So very good. So let's go ahead and we will proceed on to the next card, which is, hang on, I didn't show the guy. So this is our lovely dude here. We're going to be going over quite a few of them. And he is Beasted Sonial. I think that's how you say it. Sonial. Anyway, he's a level 6 dark, like the other one. You can use each of the first and second effects of the card once per turn. The first effect, you can target one light or dark monster in the graveyard, banish it, and if you do, you're supposed to summon this card from your hand. This is a quick effect, also if your opponent controls a monster. And then the second effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one beasted monster or branded spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard, except Beasted Sarno, which again, like I said, they're going to be really good and branded, plus being able to send branded spell and traps straight to the graveyard, or beasted monsters in that facet are very, very good for the deck in general. So again, Sarno is going to be really good there. The next one we have is this lovely character right here, and what he can do, he has also a level 6 Dark Dragon effect. You use the first and second effects of this card once per turn. I like how it's not like once per turn each effect. You can use them both, which is nice. Target one light or dark monster in either graveyard. Banish it. Is that either graveyard on all of them, or is it just this guy? Yeah, they're in either graveyard. Holy crap. Okay, so they're a lot more powerful than I thought they were. So, sorry about that. Yeah, you can target one light or dark monster in either graveyard, banish it, and if you do, you're supposed to summon this card. This is a quick effect, your opponent controls a monster, like the rest of them. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls and send it to the graveyard. Very good removal, and very good of controlling your opponent's graveyard too. So That's very, very good. These cards are going to be broken as hell. This is Beasted Lebellion, which is going to be great. Alright, so this one's a little bit different. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by attributing one level 6 or higher dark dragon monster you control. You can only special summon the Beast of Lebellion once per turn this way. You can use each of the first and second effects of this card once per turn. You can send you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Add one beasted monster from your deck to your hand, except Beast of Lebellion. And the second effect, during the main phase, you can place one branded continuous spell or trap from your deck face up into your spell and trap zones, which is very good for the trap that's in this deck. So, Beast of Lebellion is very good. This is Beasted Alba. It's the Beasted Alba Lulz. And what he can do is he is a level 12 light. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from the hand or graveyard by attributing 2 beasted monsters you control. While this card special summoned by the above effect is in the monster zone, the effects of face up ritual, fusion, synchro, Xyz, and link monsters are negated. So remember that. So this can kind of go against your whole branded strategy, so just keep that in mind. So all the effects of your fusion monsters that you would use in your branded deck will also be negated. So keep that in mind. Also, the second effect, if this face-up card leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, you can banish all face-down cards in both. You can banish all face-down cards in both extra decks until your opponent's end phase. That's kind of broken. So if you have a way to kind of like, if you get your opponent to kind of like bait getting rid of this, you can banish everything face down. Even if they just get rid of it and don't really know what it does, you can banish both your extra decks face down until your opponent's end phase, which sets you up for success. So very good. Next card that we have to go over here is this one. It's called Branded Once More. It is a continuous spell, so here we go. You can use the first effect of this card once per turn, and you can use the second effect of this card once per chain. So keep that in mind. The second effect is not once per turn, it's once per chain, which means whenever you start a chain, which is your effect, opponent's effect, starts chain 2, you can then activate the second effect of this card. So the first effect, if a light or dark monster is banished, you can target one of them, place them on the bottom of the deck, and if you do, draw one card, which is very good for getting card advantage, especially in Brandon. Brandon gets enough cards to hand anyway. The second effect, once per turn, if your opponent no more special summons a monster, you can target one beasted monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So, basically, once per chain, if they normal or special summon a monster, you can get a beasted monster in your graveyard back on the field, which is very, very good. Plus, these beasted monsters are not things that you can run over very easily. They are kind of broken in a sense, so very good there. I am liking this. And this right here is the last card, and it is Branded Beast, like the little looper that's on there. Alright, so with Branded Beast, it's a continuous trap, which is the card that you would be setting, more than likely, if I had to assume. You can use the second effect of this card once per turn. The first one once, I don't know why it says it like that, because the first one seems to be once per turn. Once per turn during either main phase while you control a beasted monster, you contribute one dragon monster you control, then target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. That's a once per turn effect, so I'm not sure why that's not listed. And the second effect, during either end phase, you can target one branded continuous spell or trap in your graveyard, place it face up in your spell and trap zones. So you can basically grab Branded Once More off of that, so it's not really that big a deal. I think it has to be, does it have to be in the graveyard? Yeah, it has to be in the graveyard. So in order to get that effect, it would have to be in the graveyard in order to be able to work, because I'm sure they're going to try to keep getting rid of that. That would be the smartest thing for them to do. And also, there are cards that can keep adding these cards and the other cards like Brand Banishment, Branded Red, Branded Fusion. There's a ton of cards. Branded's already bad enough, and with this coming out, this comes out in the DarkWing booster box. So branded players, be on the lookout, because these are the cards you're going to want to need and you're going to want to have, because you can basically get rid of your Edge Imp package and throw some of these bad boys in there, and they are very, very good. I do like them. I have to figure out how I'm going to mix those with the branded, but I will do a deck profile on White Geo Pro or EDO Pro, and I will have the deck ready for you all before the launch. I would say within the next week or two, I'm going to be able to have these cards, and you're going to know what they're going to do. Like I said, I can probably test them on EDO Pro right now. A matter of fact, for all of you who do use EDO Pro, let me pull it up here real quick. Okay, so if I hit this, yeah, it's going to show my Flandrees because I was testing Flandrees. I don't really care about it, if I have to be honest. Yeah, that's a pretty good look of my old other branded deck that I'm probably going to play. So if we go to Beasted, apparently it's not going to be able to pop up. There, there's Alva. BYSSTED. There. So they're calling it rebranded, branded beast, beasted. So these are the cards that you're going to want to run, obviously, because these are the ones that we're going over. And basically, you can just fill these in the gaps of the Fireful Patchwork. I don't know if you're going to take out your polymerizations. You might just run the branded in red to get in the Chimera Guardian. And then you can get rid of your patchworks here, your 2 polymerizations, and your 3 edge imp, and just throw these in there. And I think that would be the play. Obviously, it would be the smartest things to do if you're serious about playing branded, and having these in your deck as a package. It's a smart idea to run cards like this, in my personal opinion. But only time will tell, and only major testing of these cards in branded will show over time. So with that being said, this is all the time I have for the video today. Again, I hope you guys enjoy. Again, we do have brandy cards on the horizon, and I don't have the new brandy cards that will be coming out very soon in this deck yet, but they will be. We will continuously build on this deck, and the ban list will eventually hit some of the cards on branded, especially cards like Opening and Fusion. They're going to hit those, obviously. They're not really a problem now, but Konami will see it as a problem, I'm sure. But with that, that's all the time I have for today. Again, I am Pierce Nation, and I will see you in the next video. Pierce Nation out.